Welcome back to the Delaware Way, and I'd like to introduce you to the Teacher of the Year in Delaware, Wendy Turner from Mount Pleasant Elementary School. She teaches second grade. Mount Pleasant is in the Brandywine School District. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
This is the Department of Education that gives out the award. How does one attain Teacher of the Year?
Well, first you are chosen in your building as a Teacher of the Year, nominated by your peers. And then after that, you are put into a selection process at the district level. So I was named the District Teacher of the Year back in May. And then you go through a comprehensive portfolio process over the summer where you have to seek letters of recommendation, and you really write a portfolio that's kind of like your personal manifesto about teaching. And it's a time-consuming, arduous process, but it was such a great reflective process for me. And you try and come out of that and let people know what you're all about. And after that, I was named the Delaware Teacher of the Year at a banquet in Dover in October.
Oh, that's wonderful. And you're probably too modest to talk about yourself, so I'll make it a more general thing. What makes a great teacher?
I think great teachers are teachers who are passionate and caring. They really let the students know they care about them in addition to just teaching them information and content. I also think great teachers prepare students for life. They teach them social skills and life skills. They teach them how to get along with each other, concepts like empathy, things like that. And they teach kids how to persevere and to stick with tasks when they get tough, and that failure is okay. And when that happens, you pick yourself up and you go forward again.
Is it possible, and I told you, two sisters who were teachers, is it possible to teach to not have favorites, to treat all the kids the same?
Yes, I think absolutely. I try and appreciate every student for who they are. And they all bring such individual gifts. They all have such different viewpoints, experiences. So I find it easy to really love them all for who they are individually.
How did you become a teacher?
So my career initially was in finance and accounting. And I worked in finance for about 17 years and decided I wanted to pursue a different career, and went to school at night and got a master's degree in elementary education, and I became a teacher when I was 40. I
think it's one of the most noble things that somebody can do, to decide, okay, I've done enough in life, now I want to give back a little bit,
right,
and really help raise the next generation. I think it's a wonderful thing, and it's very noble what you've done as well. What is the relationship with the parents? Are the parents a help or a hindrance sometimes?
I think I look at them as a help. I look at it as we're all in this together. So I look at the parents as a resource for me. If a child is struggling, I go to the parents and say, what can you tell me about your child that might enlighten me as to why they're having trouble with something, or what's going on at home with you? And I constantly invite parents to come into the classroom and be part of it. Come to parties, volunteer to help out, and just come see what's going on. I think it benefits the parents and the kids when they're highly involved and engaged in the learning process. And so I look at them as a valuable resource and a partner. I
remember talking to a friend of mine who was, by the way, a second grade teacher, and said there are no secrets in the classrooms.
There's not. And I always say I have nothing to hide, come on in, and some days that's more true than other days.
Yeah, because the kids are going to tell you
yep,
what's going on in the house, which I would think in the long run benefits you, because if there is a problem, that's going to affect schoolwork.
Sure, and just knowing as much as you can about students, knowing that whole child, helps you to be a better teacher for them.
Do we give out too much homework?
You know, homework, I don't know. I believe there's value in homework, but there could be too much homework. I think homework helps develop a sense of responsibility in children of all ages, having a task that they're responsible for and planning their time. I suppose there could be too much homework.
There's a national movement to cut back on homework and to have even no homework at all.
I've heard of that.
But you don't agree?
You know, I think that there's value in homework. I'll just put it that way.
I will tell you in my own home why homework is valuable. And homework is valuable because it forces a relationship. It establishes, no matter how busy I am, I'm going to help my kids with their homework.
That's a great way to look at it.
And so it actually does force a relationship, and I also get to know what they know and what they don't know. So it keeps me involved, even if my work would take me elsewhere.
Right.
So I think sometimes it's too onerous, but at the same time, have you been able to have the children that you've taught come back to you? Have the children that you've taught remember you, and
yes,
they come back and say you were my favorite teacher? I would imagine that would be the highest accolade you can get.
It's great. One of the best things about being a teacher is that when you're out in the community, you have lots of people that know you. So you hear Mrs. Turner when you're in the grocery store or something. And my very first class is now in 8th grade. And so when I run into those kids and they tell me, you know, thank you for what you did, and you were my favorite teacher, and I'm getting ready to go to high school now, that's kind of like the best payback I could ever receive. So I do see a lot of students, and I love those interactions. interactions.
And I guess you just can't wait. I think they're in 8th grade now. I guess you can't wait to find out how those kids turn out.
Yes.
And a lot of teachers don't get to see that.
Right.
But if you become special in someone's life, you should get to see that.
Exactly.
You don't want to stalk them.
No, definitely not.
But you hope that they keep a relationship.
Absolutely, I'm open to that.
It sounds like it's already happening. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Teacher of the Year in Delaware, Wendy Turner, Mount Pleasant Elementary School, Brandywine School District. When we come back, we're going to meet, we just met the School Teacher of the Year, we will meet the Businessman of the Year. He runs restaurants in Delaware when the Delaware Way continues.